Anthony here with People Talk, and I'm talking to two people coming from a meeting, and we're going to talk about the current presidential process. And welcome,
Gary Verholtz.
Deborah Verholtz.
Right. Well, welcome to People Talk. Tell me, are you registered Democrat or Republican?
I'm actually a registered Democrat. However, I don't always necessarily vote that way. I vote according to the candidate. Thank you.
Okay. And at this time, Debbie, who are you leaning toward voting?
Not the Democrat.
Okay. How come?
I don't like a lot of the things that candidate has done, and the dishonesty that I've seen, and the character of person. Just not comfortable with that.
All right. Gary, how about you?
I'm a registered Republican, and same with Deb. I really vote for the candidate themselves because, they all have different policies and ideas, and I vote basically on that, but registered Republican.
Okay. What is it you both like about not Hillary? Of course, we're talking about Hillary Clinton, the Democratic nominee for president. What is it you like about Donald Trump, the Republican?
I'm still in a process of deciding who I'm voting for. Of course, Trump is between him and Hillary, of course, and I'm leading for Trump. I'm kind of waiting to really hear more because get closer to November, maybe some of the things behind that we haven't are going to be brought forward, and that's kind of what I'm waiting for.
Debbie?
I think mostly with Trump, what a lot of people, the people that support him, like that he speaks his mind and he's different than the political machine that's out there. So I think that's the big attraction for Trump.
Okay, so Trump would be possibly the candidate you would vote for in November. Any particular reason or issues that he has that you really identify with? Immigration, security, economics?
A lot of his issues, but I think just because of the difference and everything's so broken the way the political system runs, and I think it's time to be shook up a bit.
Gary?
For me, the issue is, of course, immigration, and we have a friend that her two sons work as border patrols, and from the things that they've told their mother that Obama's tied their hands. It's catch and release, and so we need to put something in place for individuals coming into our country. I don't know if Trump's got the right idea, but at least he wants to do it, where on the other side, I've heard Hillary wants to bring in 100,000 more immigrants, and we can't even take care of our own veterans. And we've been downtown LA, and we see veterans all the time holding signs up for money or whatever.
Well, you mentioned that there was two security or customs patrol officers.
Border patrol.
And what are their feeling? What are the specific things they're saying about the border issue?
They're very frustrated because there's a lot of stuff they can't do their job. It's like, what's the point of even being there? Because they can't do anything. Their hands are totally tied.
One of them, he's got a stretch on the Texas border and from Mexico, and it's just him. He's got his shift, and a lot of times they'll send him out of his district to a city or something else, and there's just nobody out there, and they're not even covered, and so it's just an open right across. And one of the things that he said, what they find on the American side is, they find bodies and where people have been killed. getting their money, I guess, and leaving. Found a baby. And so, yeah, it's a mess.
All right, so the immigration is a big concern for you and for this in this race. Someone that can do something about the illegal crossings, the people here taking jobs, maybe also not contributing, crime and drugs and so on.
I'm not against, because we both know that there's many illegal aliens from South America that are in this country. I don't want them kicked out, you know. I just want the government to make a policy and stick by that policy and follow it. Don't change. I mean, I don't remember, was it Reagan or that far back that they give the free amnesty and you're here, and that was going to be it? Everybody had to sign up. Well, we can't just keep bringing it on. Get the rules in place and stick with them.
Okay. So you undecided at this time. So who would you vote for? Or who else could you vote for?
That's a tough issue because it doesn't. I don't know that voting for a third party would do any good. So kind of like what Gary said earlier, kind of wait until the end to totally make up our minds. You know, it's hard to say.
Yeah, because there's what's his name?
Gary Johnson.
Gary Johnson, yes. And yeah, I like some of his ideas, but doesn't have a big enough following to really affect the race.
Well, they say if you vote for a third party, it really has no effect on the.
That vote.
You almost throwing a vote away, but it's also might affect one of the parties. It could affect more the Democratic side as well. So in review, you guys not sure about November ballots, but maybe how would you decide? How would you go to the ballot polls and decide? How would you do it? What would be the one thing that would make you go one way or the other?
Oh, geez.
I'll tell you, if Hillary,
I don't know.
I would say if Hillary just admitted, you know, the things that she's done from right at the beginning, she'd have walked away with this. And you just can't keep lying and let the public knows that you have. But
What is it that she's lied about?
you know, the her emails that she was supposed to have deleted, they weren't on her private emails, and when the FBI literally came out and said no, she had the emails and how many she had, and she tried to delete, and they found, well, hey, I could just get up and say, you know, we all make mistakes, let's move on. But she didn't. She just keeps hiding it, and that's my decision.
That would
right
be
now.
a deal breaker there.
That's my deal breaker.
Okay. Who knows if that will happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
But listen, thanks for your time. I appreciate your answers and being honest, and thank you.
We appreciate it. Thank you.